Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast on another match day watch along. Not club level, international, and basically this is for the women, the only tune-up game basically prior to the World Cup. And for some reason they've decided they're playing at MK Dons, Milton Keynes. Anyone doesn't know outside the UK where that is. And yeah, we're playing Portugal. And yeah, as I say, it's a basic turn-up game before they have to travel to the other side of the world, New Zealand / Australia, for the World Cup in the next few days. In terms of travel in the next few days, and acclimatise. Knowing it's again, I'm not for this. Oh, we need to go here, there, and everywhere when it comes to friendlies, or in this case, a friendly before World Cup. Considering what they keep saying, we want to build up the women's game for everyone basically, and really get to the level one day where we'll see the men. Yet you're playing the game in Milton Keynes when Wembley is available. There's London stadiums available, but mainly the Wembley one. The National Stadium. I'm not for this. I don't agree with it being played in Milton Keynes or the other night when the men are at Old Trafford and all that. I'm not for that. But it is what it is. Slight complaints aside. Yeah, welcome. If you are new to the channel, do smash that like button. Do hit the subscribe as well. All free and all that jazz. Bit of a laugh. And yeah, do share the content around as well, and put your thoughts in the chat as well in terms of score predictions, style play you think it's going to play out today, and then also how you think the girls are going to do come the World Cup itself, considering the amount of injury issues we are having since we won the Euros last summer. Looks like the girls are wearing the away kit today. But Mary Earps, the Manchester United and England goalkeeper, is our captain today. So she's in goal, obviously, and they've got Lucy Bronze, Morgan, Alex Greenwood and Jez Carter, Georgia Stanway, Kira Walsh, Ella Toon, Lauren James, Rachel Daly, and Lauren Hemp. No Russo. Russo is on the bench. This is what happens when clubs decide, you're a fullback, but we did a striker. We're going to bring you in and we'll make you a striker. So you're asking for trouble. And it's now false the fact that Rachel Daly is now our striker when it should have been Russo. It should be Russo, no matter what obviously could be slight bias in it because it's about to join Arsenal and all that. But considering it was all built up even last summer that she was going to be the replacement to White as our striker going forward after the tournament, this is I'd be pissed off if I'm Alicia Russo. I am absolutely fuming deep down that this has been allowed to happen. Like, I've been pushed out by a teammate of mine that was a fullback a year ago and playing fullback, and it was her position. But yeah, it is what it is. You've got Elle Rubeck and Hannah Hampton, and the goalkeepers on the bench, Letitia and Charles, Lottie Moy, Katie Robinson, Stanforth, Zelm, Coombs, Alicia Russo, as I mentioned before, Chloe Kelly, and Beth England. Again, I don't get how Beth England can be. When there's certain players that are fit, have missed out in this World Cup squad and been informed their positions, etc. How the hell with all due respect, how has Beth England made this squad? Half the season she didn't play because it was at Chelsea and they didn't play her at all. And the second half season, yes, she played and scored a few goals, but it was literally a few goals spread out over 6.5 months or whatever. And for me, that's, as a striker, that is not sort of form I'd want my striker to be in, a starter or as a sub when it comes to the international side of things. I'm so not on board with that one. But yeah, there's been players mentioned in the build up to this game today by Whitey, and the other one that's been calling people racist for not agreeing with her, basically, or sexist, or both. Can't remember the name though, but yeah. There's players that have been informed, have been playing brilliantly this season for their clubs that haven't got in the squad. But players like Beth England, who've missed half a season because they haven't been picked. Second half, they're getting picked, but they've only scored literally a few goals and both of them not contributing much at all. So there's Leah. And she's in the squad. So I honestly do think, unlike last year, where obviously we didn't have the injury issues that we had this year, going into this World Cup compared to yours last year. Serena, obviously, she got everything right last year. I think she's got things wrong this year. I think potentially, again, injuries aside, the defeat to Australia in the last international break during the season has shook her, and she's now gone into complete, like, what she's done, basically. I mean, again, Millie Bright. How is Millie Bright in England's squad? All due respect, yes, he's experienced, and yes, because we haven't got Leo and Beth and a few others that have missed out as well because of injuries and whatever, long-term ones or short-term, respectively. You've basically told Beth Mead to basically go away. You're not getting in the squad whatsoever, even though she's been in training, kicking the ball, etc., etc. No, go away. Not interested. But Millie Bright, haven't kicked a ball since March. Been out injured since March. Sorry, about March time, late February, early March. She's been out injured. Hasn't played a single minute of football. Yet she was picked for the England squad because she's vice captain. Again, as I say, Menez is doing certain things this year she's doing wrong, and that for me the big one. Just because she was vice captain, because her main captain in Leah is out of an ACL. Behave herself. We've just proven, obviously, today we're on the plane. We've got capable, experienced players that can take the armband and lead by example. But it is what it is. I mean, we're fucking playing. Jess Carter's not a centre back, and we're playing her at centre back, and playing Greenwood at fucking left back. Oh my days! And what mind, with all due respect to bloody Millie Bright, so basically Millie Bright's going to this World Cup. She ain't going to play a single minute. Let's be honest. She's going to go to this World Cup and basically be there like the day. Remember 2010 South Africa World Cup for the men. With Fabio Capello, David Beckham, I think retired. I think he had retired by then. But in Capello's infinite wisdom, brought him into this coach and set sort of kind of as an experienced man at that ex-player at the World Cup just for morale, basically. And that's what Millie Bright's roles going to be in this World Cup. Morale, just there. Behind the scenes, effectively, a playing spot has been taken up at this World Cup for an injured player. Just be there from around. Fucking, I could do that. Give me the money now. If I can go and do that. Jesus Christ. So I'm ranting this. I know I'm ranting on a bit here, but before kick-off, I want to get out of the system somewhat. It does do my head in that. Yeah, certain players are getting favouritism over others, and even the ones that haven't been injured at all and fully fit and in form are getting done out of this World Cup squad. For me, it's not on. I don't agree with it whatsoever. And to rub salt in the wound and all that, we've got the only friendly they're doing before World Cup is this game today, whereas in the men it's always like 2-3 games, so sort of warm up, get ready, and all that. We're playing one game, and it's open at Wembley. It's fucking Milton Keynes. We want to bring women's game to the same level of the men. We'll fucking stop messing about. Stop fucking moving every England home game, basically all over the country, apart from the big games. When it's the USA or against when we played Brazil a few months ago, apart from them games, when they're at Wembley, every other game's all here, there, and everywhere. So it's just like, no. I'm not for it. In that case, just might as well fucking every non-competitive game from now on for England, up and down the country then, for the men. And there's Beth and Leah. Beth looks pissed, don't blame her. That's what I've just said anyway about fucking how many bites in the squad and she's not. And fucking Beth can kick a ball. Anyway, get into the chat. Oh dear, one sec. We've got Emerson in the chat as well. It said, good afternoon, I'm listening to this match via the BBC Worldwide service from you know where. Obviously enjoying his holiday. We've got Hawkwin in the chat. Big up Hawk. We've got Ange in the chat as well. How you doing, Ange? We've got Stefan in the chat. We even got Tom in the chat. Right, great greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and Stefan. Oh dear. The game hasn't even started, and why is fucking even a pig don't do this? I'm just passionate for fuck's sake. I'm just saying how it's get out of the system beforehand. But we're underway. Kickoff's just got underway. We've got Chris in the chat. We've got Chris, got Russ in the chat. So it looks like they're experimenting. It's friendly, but still. That's why we need more than one game. Fucking I wish. If that's the case, can you promote my fucking channel, please, and my podcast? Oh, dude. Well, clearly she's pissed. She's looking pissed off. She's clearly in agreement with me. What channel was match? ITV 1. You've got. I don't know who the host is, but it's obviously in terms of like that when they do the analyse and all that before and after the game, enjoying. I don't know. I can't remember the host name, but you've got Righty there for ITV, and I can't remember the name, but she's pissing me off recently. She's generally upsetting me at the moment. Oh, Alicia Luca, or former Chelsea striker anyway. Who, yeah, I'm not going to go into it because I could upset people myself. That's all I need. Man City didn't really want bloody Declan Rice. Not really. Because guess what, guys? And then, that's fine. I have an opinion of that, fair enough. But then to go on and say, yeah, basically saying I conned my boss plenty of times to spend extra money in a transfer just because. And if that side of it's been brushed over, like, la, 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 all because of the initial comments you made of Man City not really wanting Declan, and Arteta being on the phone to Pep, and Pep knowing that Arteta's now coming up, Arteta and Arsenal becoming a rival for the title and all that, all of a sudden. Yeah, sure, Mikel. Oh, I don't want. Let's make a spontaneous bid and trying to help you out, spend a bit more money, get it done faster. Yeah, I'm going to help you strengthen yourselves and make yourselves better by putting in a cheeky bid that we don't want to put into for a player. But I did it at the women's level. Now we know why she got sacked, because she got fucking found out. But the part of it where she goes, well, I've done it in my previous job. I did it. What you actually conned your boss to spend more money on a transfer. Fucking hell, love. But that's okay apparently. They're giving them all airtime. Wasn't she right though? Man City made a bid, then dropped out. What? But why would they make a bid for a player they don't want if they didn't really want him, and then just drop out? That's what I'm saying. There's a headline when that all leaked out. Yeah, John. When that all came out, that video initially went out for talked before they took it down, and then me posted it a few hours later. Literal headlines started getting tweeted out from the last year or so that she'd actually been sacked as a director of football a while back. But clearly now we know why. It wasn't actually put out publicly why, but now we know because she's fucking conning her boss, the person that pays her wages at the time, to spend more money on a transfer they didn't want to spend on. But that's all been brushed under the carpet a bit there. And ITV, and after all that, literally with all that, almost 1-0 England, almost keep us grounded over to the far post. No, but as I was saying, yeah, why would Man City, if they weren't interested in the player, make the bid to help benefit us in the long run? For fuck's sake, almost again. Having a lot of fun getting that ball into extra draining area anyway. Good start so far, got to say. I know, Tom, I know you're not saying it to be a dick or nothing like that. I know you're just asking a question. I'm not having a go. I'm just putting it back out there. Like, why would they do that knowing it would spur us on? It would either spur us on and it'll strengthen us any quicker. It makes no sense. Why would you help a genuine rival strengthen their squad that bit quicker? Surely, as a rival, you'd want that just to keep going in the background. Let that keep going. Let that keep bobbling along. Like, that's just me anyway. I personally, if I'm an owner of a football club, if I own a football club and then my direct rivals in discussions with a club over a player that could strengthen them, at no point am I thinking, you know what, just to speed this up and help out my rival here, I'm going to put a cheeky bid in, and once it gets rejected and they then put their next bid in, I'll walk away. It just makes no sense in that side of things. But again, fair enough, that side of things, either way, that side of things of the conversation that she brought up in the first place, fair enough, it's her opinion, whatever, cool. It's in the second part of that, as the follow-up to it, when they started asking, when was it Laura Woods and Andy McCoy started asking questions like, really? What, just to speed things up, or and putting questions to her. She literally came out with chest, literally, and went, well, I've done it plenty of times before my old club as a football director. I've done it plenty of times. And that's just gone under the radar. But now we know why she was sacked. Because she effectively conned, and let's not beat about the bush. She conned her boss, the person I keep saying it, the person that paid her wages. She conned them into paying more money because they genuinely, probably at that time, believed that them teams were interested in the player they were after. Oh, Chris, I mean, this is a bit more reality side of things, but in terms of outside of the football side of things, Tesco would not help Asda, again, a competitor, a rival in the supermarket trade and all that, buy their stock. No way whatsoever. She conned them, and then that's what I'm saying. She did it, got sacked. I mean, she was sacked. I mean, I only know she was sacked because of the article that went around literally within an hour or so with that video going up. Originally, they took it down and then reposted it a few hours later. In between that, people started tweeting out and putting these tweets out with the links to newspaper articles where she'd been sacked. Basically, she was sacked about a year and a half ago as a director of football by the club. Now we know it wasn't put in why, but now we know why. Because the owner found out what was going on and wasn't having any of it. Jesus Christ. But like I say, she's done that, been sacked, and knowing it's not public information at the time, before she's mentioned it, she decided to go with chess, quite literally, and go, I've done it plenty of times with my bosses and all that. It's like, what the and that's, again, it's just gone under the radar. That little bit of information she puts out right at the end of her justifying opinion goes under the radar. Everyone's focused on the first part of her statement, but not the latter part where she basically admits to conning her boss. The Tories conned us into paying more money. Hopefully not for much longer. Fucking soon as fucking general election comes along, the better. Get them bastards out. Who are we talking about, Ryan? Alicia Aluko. I can't pronounce the name, but former Chelsea striker for the women's team, an England international. Basically, she was on Talk. If you go on TalkSport on Twitter, go back a few days and you'll see. But it was like the day. It was the morning of. I'm trying to think now. Was it the morning? Yeah, it was the morning. It was the morning before. So yeah, the morning of the day we then went on to put that bid in. So the morning of that day, so 24 hours before Man City pulled out. Yeah, there's a video on Twitter. So go and check it out and then come back. Oh, so I was ranting off for the sake of it, am I? Oh, we've all conned our bosses. I conned them by saying I turned up and I actually turned it up. Okay. You didn't financially con them though, in terms of you're high up in the chain and all that. You're part of finance in some aspect, and you're basically conning your bosses to pay a bit extra for something by phoning up a competitor and going, yeah, see, we are interested in this line of whatever, clothing, for example. We want this cut off. So cost of getting it done, yeah, I know, but it's like the big bad boss doesn't want to pay it. By any chance, would you actually? I know we're rivals and all that, competitive wise, but by any chance, would you actually? I don't know. Phone up, send an email, or whatever. Make your own little bid for said items yourself, sort of focus a little bidding war, if you will, to help us get this up, help myself and my company get this over the line that little bit quicker. Sure, why not? It's just that doesn't work like that. Trust me, you're not the only one. 19 goals in 40 games. Here's one for anyone that remembers the World Cup. What's the famous line after 19 goals in 40 games from her? Come back to me if you want the answer. Ryan is talking about EastEnders like his art. What's that crap in years? The company would be better off if I stayed. Your opinion. Random rants with Ryan will be a great channel. Open the second channel. It could be awesome because your rants are so. Oh, thanks. 19 and 40. That's respectable outside of Haaland. No, but she said basically what her thing was. 19 goals in 40 games for Brazil was the ratio in her head. Again, not even didn't even give herself a chance to think and do the math properly, just to double check. No, 19 goals in 40 games. That's effectively a goal a game. And yet, again, right at the time, he defended. I said it's a genuine state. People make mistakes, but it's constant with us. And now this, just the latest one, which is effectively come out and saying, I conned my boss, basically. I've done it a number of times. I've done it, so everyone must do it. No, it's just you haven't got no morals or brain to be a director of football. And you ain't got the fucking brain to be a fucking pundit, because Jesus Christ, 1940 is a goal a game ratio. It's actually a goal every other game, but no. But she said her words were, and she never went back on it either, like on TV or on social media or anything like that. She said 19 in 40 is a goal a game. The ratio was a goal a game. Not a goal every other game, a goal a game. Lucy Ward and Alex Scott are elite female pundits. They are the standard to me, exactly, especially with old Alex. No bias there. They are footballers. Who said they have brains? Well, Alex Scott has a brain, for example. There are women's game, more so than women's game. There are actually smart female players, but yeah, Aluko ain't one of them. Stefan, Alex is fifth. You just Stefan, out of interest, do you just fancy every female Arsenal player that's ever played for Arsenal? Beth Mead, Alex Scott, Vivian Miedemar, Alicia Russo when she joins us, Stina Blackstenius, Jordan Nobbs, Zinsberger, the goalkeeper, Sabrina, trying to think their backup goalkeeper, Kate McCabe, Malitza, Leah Williamson, our new centre back and striker we brought in from Canada and Canada. Who was the other one? Sweden, respectively. That was it. Oh my god. Oh god. This year, a place like Aston Villa is difficult. I wonder why you're saying that one. Naming her as well, putting her into the fold as well. I wonder why. Nothing to do with a certain feature, so to say. Jesus Christ. Next thing, we're saying fucking Minnie Bright's one for you. She's the one. Then we'll be having words. This game sort of we started off well. We've got the ball. We are dominating possession wise, but after the first 5 or so minutes, 5-10 minutes give or take, we're going into possession based football and doing nothing with it basically. Say this never fucking score you to watch. We almost give it away. Oh my god, what was that? Seriously, your Champions League winning Ella Toon, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. The only player currently at Man United that wants to stay at Man United long term. Everyone else is trying to get out of there ASAP, including her best mate, who's coming to us. Woohoo! Any day now, the announcement. Any day. Bit annoyed to see it started, actually. As I said, it started the fucking stream. If I'm a Alicia Russo, I'll be pissed. Literally, this time last year, your second choice, you were being moulded and talked about to be the replacement to White as the England striker for the girls. Fast forward 12 months, and because of Aston Villa, that's not an opportunity now. You're now second choice to what was your left back last year. On the ball, get up. Oh dear. I'm sure it is, Chris. I'm sure it is. Jesus Christ. This is why we need people like Lottie on and Ange as well to keep this get this sort of chat away. Because before you know it, get out of control, and then we're all in trouble. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I ignored that comment. I did not even read it out loud at all. And this is a babe. I mean, she was at one point. She was initially dating Douglas Luiz of Aston Villa, the men's team. She was dating him, started last season and all that. And then literally, obviously, it was linked with us back in that deadline day of the window. Even though he tried forcing the move, ended up staying, signed a new long-term contract, and then they broke up. It was just like, okay. So it's like, he's thinking, I'll put on a contract, stay with my love and all that, and then boom, no, it's that thing, they'll go away. Oh, this is a question. Actually, for any Arsenal fans in the chat, you can answer this as well. How did we get on with the ballot yesterday? And you WhatsApp me later your answer. Regarding Wembley, they have 35 different events until August. This is why Milton Keynes was chosen. Oh, for God's sake. Fucking it's meant to be a football stadium, not a bloody... Oh, where's the summer? Where's this have every single concert and every single artist and concert in the world at Wembley Stadium? Fuck the arena next door to us. No. We want we want them to be in here on a football stadium on the pitch. That was part of the reason why. That and the fucking company they initially used when they reopened Wembley all the years ago. Why the pitch was so fucking poor. Oh, for God's sake, Tom. The ballot system. In terms of the ballot system, all I'm going to say is I called it. I said it would be a pain in the ass. It was a disaster waiting to happen. And it was a disaster. Literally, the whole point of this ballot was so there's no queuing, there's none of that stuff. Like the site will just keep running as normal all the way up to when the ballot opens for whatever game. No, as soon as you go on the site and press ticket memberships and all that, you're put in a queue. Depending about 45 minutes to a half hour before, and you're in this queue, just there, and then literally and then when it opens, about a minute into it, suddenly you're in. But then, depending on your membership level, fucking hell, it's a pain in the ass for me. Jesus Christ! Now, considering I had an email, so I knew I was able to put myself into the ballot for my disabled membership and all that, right? So I knew the dates and all, the dates, times and all. So I was there. I was on my phone, open phone up, and this, using the app. So basically, as a disabled member, if you're a disabled member at this moment in time, you want to put yourself into the ballot system. You cannot do it. You cannot apply for the ballot via the Arsenal app. I had to go open up a web page on my phone, and then go through it all, and then had to set up this. Go on the actual website, go through the ticket and membership thing. It then takes all the way down the bottom of the page. Press a link that took me to the form that I had to fill out. All disabled members have to do. So basically, my membership number, my carer's number, if I'm a wheelchair or an ambient user, what tier would I prefer to be in, low or upper? What's my preference out of the two? Is there any other requirements to my seating? All that malarkey. I had to fill that out. and then submit that. So once it got to the actual, once I, as a disabled member, got to the form that I had to fill out, not a problem. It's literally like, then 2 minutes done. But the fact that the emails were very, the emails building up to this were very vain. It was just like, this is a new scheme we're doing. It's ballot. These are the dates for the first game of the season. We're gonna the dates we're going to list the dates and the time we're going to list the tickets. No, we're not going to list the tickets, but open up the ballot system and all that, and we're going to close it. But apart from that, find your own way there. Basically, these are the dates. Well, that's all we're giving you: dates and times. We're not going to give you no links. Where you're going to find your particular form to fill out and all that. Oh no. I mean, there's even online. That was actually why I'm doing all this in the form out. People with silver memberships are having issues as well. Literally, silver logged in, and not people that are even logged in would have been having this thing up on their screen. You're not eligible for a ticket for this game, or ballot to enter yourself into the ballot. Sorry, even though they are silver members, they've had to phone up and get it dealt with over the phone. Oh my days! Is that? As I said it. I called it. Well, as soon as I announced it, I said it would be a disaster waiting to happen. First game. It's only the one. It's only the one. The first game of the season, the first attempt. There's already issues with this ballot system in terms of how they've set it up and the lack of information the club have given the fans. Kim's in the chat. I can't even put that up, but bloody hell. Why are you throwing me under? Why am I getting fucking brought into Stefan's weird and not Stefan, Tom's weird and confusing? So we say 3 comments prior to that. Why am I getting thrown under the bus for that? Jesus Christ. Give me strength. No rant. Yeah, I've had a little mini rant earlier about Aluko and her stupidity and all that. And actually, know what? There's one more. Fuck it, I'm going there because game's still a bit in at the moment. Her reactions basically to the backlash she's faced in terms of not just the first part of her comments. I've said this, and Lottie will back me up on this. I've said, in terms of the first half of what she said, in terms of her opinion on Man City not being interested, it's an opinion, fair enough, whatever. It doesn't make sense, but it's an opinion, fair enough. For me, it's the second half of what she says in terms of, yeah, I've done it, so why wouldn't anyone else? I've conned my boss, why wouldn't anyone else do it? Sort of thing. That sort of got my goat up, basically. But basically, she's done something what we interviewed yesterday or whatever, and I've asked her thoughts on the backlash and all that. Anyone that disagrees with me, I'm not joking, by the way, she actually said these words, and I quote, anyone that has an issue with what I said is either sexist, racist, or both. And the thing is, now we can't really come, in terms of both, but can't really come back at it, because if you come back, you then, see, if that was anyone else saying that, no, you just, oh dear, it does my head in that the sexist card and the racist card get freely thrown out there by some people like her. Whenever someone doesn't agree with her, or you're racist, then you're sexist, you're both of them. Behave yourself. Just because everyone doesn't have, you're basically, it's not Lee fucking Gunner then. Because if I don't agree, so basically anyone doesn't agree with Lee Gunner, you're all racist, basically, cut fuzz, going by her method of fucking trying to fault there. Like, seriously, no. It's just that people have different opinions, and the fact that you said you conned your boss. You were a director of football, and you have come out and said you basically conned your boss, the person that paid your wages, into paying more money for a transfer. That's my issue, personally. And you've got, apart from getting sacked, apart from that, since you've now publicly made it public, everyone's going, la 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 la, everything's okay. She didn't really say that. There's a reason why she fucking talk sport fucking initially took down the video. But yeah, anyone that disagrees with her is sexist and racist. Like, behave yourself. Why have you got to go there with that? Just accept that people don't have the same opinion as you and move on. Again, top of my head, I just thought, fuck it, you know what? For the equivalent, basically the arsehole equivalent, basically. If you don't agree with me, you're bang out of all the honour on Arsenal fans, as far as he's concerned. And she's basically the female, seems to be the female equivalent, basically. Don't agree with me, you're this, you're that. Chris, yesterday I became a West Ham season ticket holder for 350 quid. Bloody, yeah, that's cheap. Jeez, in the modern day, that's fucking cheap. Whereabouts you sitting there then? In the London Stadium? Because it's fucking cheap in modern day football. Seriously, I don't want to know. I wouldn't go that far back, but okay. Oh dear, when Kennedy was shot, I bet no, it was his great granddad. Or great granddad, anyway. This is cancer culture nonsense. Don't offend snowflakes. Yeah, exactly. It's Mr. Kennedy to you. If you don't agree with me, you're probably right. Oh, anyway, Tom, whilst you've got you here, what is the latest with Leeds and the new manager situation? Just out of interest, because it's gone quiet. Not what I'm making out. This guy is fucking awful for sudden. Oh, good. Well, the betting is suspended looks like Farker. Okay, well, at least he's got experience of getting out of the league in terms of getting promoted and all that with Norwich. I know it's Norwich and all that, but still. But at least he's got experience of getting out of the league in a positive sense. He just needs to be backed and wide up a bit in terms of Premier League life. He can't do what Leeds basically did and Norwich did. Oh, we were too good for the Championship, but we're not good enough. We won't strengthen. We won't make ourselves better for the Premiership. Oh no, we'll just have to go up and down, just until it stops. We can't announce an EFL as EFL haven't approved ownership takeover. Oh, for God's sake! Not this bollocks again. No wonder we got breakaway Premier League, even though they fucking know better themselves. Oh, for the love of God. Wasteful FC today. Wasteful FC. Initially some good work from James there, but then literally, I was okay. Defender got head to him. Okay, I've got to say, it was difficult to dislike Farker because he seems a decent bloke. As I say, at least he knows that league inside out. He knows how to get out of it multiple times. But yeah, you've got fucking EFL paint. EFL so stringent, way beyond belief. Like, just do your prim and proper checks and I'll make sure they're legit and all that, and fucking let them in. They're fucking money at the end of the day. And being who the ownership will be, it's only going to benefit the fucking English game in the long term. I mean, it could be worse. It could be oligarch money or fucking state-run money from Saudi Arabia or Dubai or Qatar. Basically, it could be that. It could be a lot worse on that side of things. He knows you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean in terms of he knows what sort of squad he needs to build at Leeds to get them back up ASAP. He'll know walking into that squad who's good enough and who's going to have to piss off, basically. So it's got me in. Some of my deals are top notch. Lampard knew the league. Lampard knew the club. He knew the tea lady. That was his club. That's the difference. It was his club and he still fucked up. Twice. We are literally just trying to force the issue now. He also didn't know the championship. No, but he was a decent manager. Again, he knew what he wanted in his team. That's part of my point, is that Farker will know what he wants in his team, but he'll also know the characteristics and the ability he needs in this Leeds team, obviously once he's appointed, to assemble ASAP and get you guys back up the first time of asking, hopefully. Have a good sight after the Helm the Road trip. Oh, it's going part-time Gary taking a day off again. Part-time Gary, bloody hell. So it's the off season. He wants to continue his stuff, but he want in terms of the content wise on his channel. Then, oh no, I'm off now. I'm on holiday. Jesus Christ. Tell me another manager that would get a combined £50 million for Bamford and Harrison. I can't. I honestly couldn't. Leeds could do a lot worse than Farker, yeah? They could do a hell of a lot worse. Again, trying to force the issue and all that. Not just force the issue, but then players in the middle are so static and standing on the spot, not moving towards the ball and trying to force any errors and anything. It sounds like a Colonel Ward deal. So who's with you? By the way, Tom, before you do disappear, who's with you as you're anchoring today over on Gary's channel as the host? Have you got any guests on, or is it just you and your lonesome with the chat, obviously? Ooh, needs to be able to vent about Leeds then. I have Mr. Greenwood. Oh, okay. Is he back now from his holiday? He's trip away. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, for God's sake. No one's making any movement in the final third. What was that? If we play like this at the World Cup, oh my days. Once we get at that group stage, Jesus Christ. Because the groups won't be an issue. The group stage ain't going to be an issue to us. Jesus, can't be playing like this though. Oh, dear. If he is still on after this, I'll pop on. It more likely will be. More likely. I don't know what time they finish up over there. Sam has had his operation. It was a success. God. Where's the punchline? Go on, come on. Can we score now, please? What are you doing, Rachel? What are you doing? That was just, trying to force something out of nothing. There was no one there to cross that into, and you're just crossing it for the sake of it. Hold on. I'm abandoning the show to wind up, Mr. Oh, God. The thing is, Kenny, you won't have to because there'll be Craig will probably be over there winding him up anyway in the chat, or why not Sentiment FC? It's probably coincidentally it could be Luca. Them two accounts we mentioned, it could be Luca in disguise. In between doing other stuff and rather boring games. Yeah. The thing is, once they announced it, they said they announced it and said this is the only warm-up game before the World Cup. I thought, you know what, at the time, I'll cover it and all that. Last one, because obviously when it comes to the World Cup, I'm gonna do my best, but fucking be stupid o'clock in the morning though, because of time frames and all that. I'll be doing my best to cover it on the channel. But fucking hasn't been beneficial so far in terms of any goals and nothing. Fucking Mary Earps. The game's been so bad. Mary Earps hasn't had to do anything in this game so far. But we're being so wasteful on the ball. Getting to that final third, and we're just doing stupid, needless things. I mean, here we go. Got 3-on-1 against Rich doing their own here. 3-on-1. Have a shot. Had a shot, but straight at fucking defender's legs. Here we go again. There's no urgency. I know it's a friendly, but come on. Oh, for God's sake, Lauren. Oh, dear. Do you think the link to Mbappe to Arsenal are true? No. Again, I can tell you exactly how that's come about. Arsenal spent on the verge of spending £200 million on 3 players in terms of Timber, Declan, and Kai Havertz, right? The media know that, and they've gone, let's make up a story at Arsenal going for lining up to go for Mbappe next year, knowing that we all know he wants Real Madrid. In terms of going from PSG, his next move, he wants Real Madrid. But the thing is, the scary thing on that is, there's going to be Arsenal fans within our fan base that actually will buy into it, won't realise that the media have made it up for this just because we've spent some money so far and made up the story to suit the narrative, and they'll be like, and then come next year, I thought we were getting Mbappe, Sakedu. And I'll just be like, I'm out, bye-bye. Don't need a headache, thank you very much. What do you think of Liverpool signing Slabica? Interesting. Again, what was the issue last year, midfield? In terms of Fabinho, Henderson aren't getting, and the midfield in general getting old. They've lost or injury prone. Milner's gone for free. Chamberlain's gone for free. Henderson is obviously still there, but he barely starts nowadays. Fabinho's not getting any younger himself. We know the issue, and as I said back in the last year, I was saying about the defence. The Liverpool defence is now becoming an issue. But what are Liverpool doing in their transfer market? Buying attacking-minded players, be it the wingers or attack-minded midfielders. They're not buying defensive-minded players that they need to, in terms of midfield and in terms of defence in general off the crossbar. So again, people go, oh, Liverpool won't have the same season as last year. They'll be back. Don't you worry. I'm sorry. Yeah, they bought McAllister. Looks like they're going to get some bits here as well. But if you look at it properly, they're just doing what they've done every year for the last few years and buying attacking talent, which hasn't been the issue. The issue's been the midfield, the pivot, whatever you call it, being it was getting old and not getting any younger, etc., or injury-prone FC, etc. There was always an issue. That's been needed to be addressed for now 3 seasons now. The defensive, as I said, the defensive issues are started lacking as well, so that's now caught up as well. So now that's 2 parts of the pitch that they need to address, and they're not addressing. They're just buying attacking-minded talent. So again, attacking from an attacking sense, they will be on it. They'll be there and they'll be on it. It's half time, by the way, 0-0. No injury time there, thank God. But from the bite in the midfield, there'll be no bite in the midfield because, again, Fabinho's he ain't getting any younger. He's having mistakes in him as well in certain games. Henderson barely plays anymore. Started-wise, and he's club captain. He barely starts anymore. They ain't got no. Milner's gone for free. Chamberlain's gone for free. He's gone as of today. I think there's a few other players that have gone as well. And as I said, the defence, Van Dijk, since they had that injury in the COVID season when Pickford took him out, he's not been the same. He's not getting any younger. He's getting slower. He's making mistakes. Gomez has dropped off a cliff. Matip is only consistent, but he's only consistent defender they've got, but he's not getting any younger. Trent can't play at right back, so they're putting him into midfield, and so they've got to address that. Have they addressed that? No. Have they addressed the central part of their defence? Apart from, again, with the aging side of it, in terms of the Van Dijks and Matips? No. Have they addressed the fact that they are falling off a cliff performance-wise compared to a couple of years ago? No. Have they got a reliable left back week in, week out? No. So there's glaring issues that are there that are flagging up, but they're not addressing. All they're going out doing is buying attacking, I keep saying it, attacking talent. That's it. Players that are more attacking than anything else for their attack. They keep looking to strengthen the attack. It's okay, cool. That needs to be done. If everything else was fine, everything I've mentioned was fine, then but in terms of where they're buying, okay, I'll be a bit. Again, it's in whole they'll be strengthening, but they're not because this issue, the glaring issues I've mentioned, and they're not addressing it. So I'm probably one of the only ones in the football community here that's not concerned at all. Liverpool. I don't see them being a long-term threat to us next season. I think the threat to Arsenal next season is going to be obviously Man City. Man City. I think Newcastle will be as well. Aside from that, Man United, we don't. It's a tough one to call Man at the moment. At this moment in time, not a threat. But if the ownership goes in the way it goes to the Qataris, then they become a threat overnight like that. But until as it stands, and until the ownership issue is finally resolved, until then, as far as I'm concerned, not a threat to Arsenal. Chelsea, yes, they've got Pochettino. Yes, they're getting some of their deadwood out and trimming their squad down, but also adding players. But so yeah, it's a bit of a weird one there. They've got Pochettino as a manager. They might slightly improve, but again, I don't see them being a threat to us over the course of the season. Trying to think now. Tottenham, yeah, they bought Madison. Woohoo! They're forcing Harry Kane to stay. He doesn't want to be there. They're forcing him to stay put. Got to put the Ange guy in charge, and I've said it already. I think he'll be. Yeah, he did a fantastic job at Celtic, with all due respect, in terms of he brought attacking football to him and a new brand of attacking football to the SBL and all that. Made him more attractive on the eye to watch, etc., etc. But yeah, but the SBL is not, like I said, the SBL is different. It's not that competitive. It's literally just, hi, we're Celtic, boom. All Ventures there, hi. That's it. Premier League's a completely different animal. And no matter what his style of plays and what his ethos is, or what his mentality is, he's going to get found out early on as well. I've seen the fixtures, they're going to get found out very early on. And I guarantee you, all these Tottenham fans that have been, we'll give him time, Yeah, see how long that lasts after 6-7 games when you've barely got a point to your name, basically. Better than the goal hand Kane, plus he need to take a wicked. Who are we on about now? Oh, Neymar. Neymar. But the thing is, Neymar wouldn't get the protection on off the pitch that Harry Kane does. I mean, Harry Kane is literally, from what we're hearing, Harry Kane is twerking his arse off. He's so desperate to get out of Tottenham, he'd quite happily go to Germany. He's twerking to go to Germany to Bayern Munich, where there's guaranteed league titles, for fuck's sake. And with a year left in his contract, he don't want to sign a new deal. He wants to go. No, we hold all the cards here. No, you don't, because you're going to lose him for nothing. You ain't going to win. But again, every time that a new manager comes in, oh well, this manager's so good. They're not going to win fuck all with or without Kane next season. They are not winning a trophy. Simple as. So again, the guy scored 30 league goals for Tottenham last year, and they came 8th. That's how reliant they are on him. But instead of Daniel Levy using his financial brain here and going, you know what, we've got a year left. He doesn't want to stay with us. Let's get what we can for him. Stay at 70 to 80 mil, whatever. Get that money in, reinvest it in the squad, go and get a striker that we can build up to be like he was, and do it now. Oh no, we're going to waste a year. Because like it or not, if they force him to stay this summer, he'll be gone. Like it or not, he's gone this time next year. Then what they're going to do? They've wasted a year. So it's just typical Tottenham. So as I say, for me, at this moment in time, as we speak on the 1st of July, 2023, the only threat to Arsenal next season in terms of being competitive towards the league title is Man City, obviously, and Newcastle, in my opinion. It could just be Man City again. We don't know, but we've got to see Newcastle as well, because they're in Champions League. They've got the financial backing that they have as well, and they are bringing in big guns as well in terms of transfers. So you've got to throw them in there as well. We can't just say they're going to just be happy with getting Champions League and take the foot off the gas next season and all that. Just try and keep themselves in Champions League top 4 in general. They're going to go again. But as it stands, that's then the three teams, Arsenal, Man City, and Newcastle, will be the top three next season, in my opinion, as we speak. And the only threats are them two to us for the league title, in my opinion. As I say, Man United could change in terms of once we know the ownership situation, we can reassess it. But until then, they're not a threat to us. They haven't got, as it stands, as we speak, officially, they haven't even got the number one goalkeeper now, because the David De Gea situation of it was in the last year of his contract. As of today, as we speak, that contract has expired. He had agreed he had agreed and signed the paperwork for a new deal, taking a pay cut, and at the last minute, apparently, Man United have gone back and said, "Actually, we changed our mind. We need you to take a bigger pay cut," and took that offer off the table. Now, I'm sorry, I will say this: all these reports saying that it's a foregone conclusion about the Qataris and all that taking over Man United. If that's the case, if that's a foregone conclusion now, and it's all done and dusted, why the hell are the people currently at the club saying, "Sorry, David, we need you to take another pay cut," basically? Because that was the case. They're about to have unlimited funds, basically, like Newcastle and Man City, respectively. So something doesn't ring true in terms of what we're being told by social media and the media in general about this takeover stuff. So again, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to jinx it, but as I say this, they're not a threat. All these stories at the moment, I'm not believing until we get the official word. Now, I'm not buying into the Man United stuff. But David De Gea is out of contract. He agreed and signed it on his end, a new deal with a pay cut, and they said, "No, we've changed our mind, David. We need you to take a bigger pay cut." And now took the offer off the table. And now, as we speak, they are without a number one goalkeeper. They've been linked with Onana. Links, that's it. Nothing more than that. There's links at the moment. Other than that, Tom Heaton from a Burnley goalkeeper, and obviously one of their Man United academy goalkeepers from years ago. He wants to get some more minutes, and Ten Hag put a stop to it and said, "No, I need you here." So what does that tell you? David De Gea was an amazing goalkeeper at one time. Yeah, ironically under Van Gaal, his best times as a goalkeeper in general was under Louis Van Gaal. Obviously, before that, he was young. He was making mistakes left, right, and centre. Under Fergie, but got himself established in the league and comfortable and all that. Then obviously, David Moyes, it didn't work out under David Moyes, as we know. He's still making a few mistakes here and there, as we know, anyway. But Van Gaal sort of got the best out of him. And then, slowly but surely, his early years have crept back into his recent years since Van Gaal was sacked. What does that tell you? It is what it is. Oh dear, it's going so poor, by the way. I mean, I know it's half time, but fucking hell, Jesus Christ. I'll put it on social media. Twerking in Hamburg. Oh dear. The thing is, to think, even I say obviously Van Gaal got the best out of him, got that best period out of him and all that. But it was under Van Gaal he almost joined Real Madrid. If it weren't for a cock up in Madrid on a fax machine in Madrid, he would be the Real Madrid goalkeeper now. Considering his Atletico links and all that, he would be a Real Madrid goalkeeper. He would have been the Real Madrid goalkeeper instead of Thibaut Courtois. Oh, here comes a sub. We've got a sub. Chloe Kelly coming on. Hey. Saturday the 22nd. This is a Saturday. England versus Haiti at the World Cup. 9:40 a.m. kickoff. It is on a Saturday, bloody hell. He's not exactly stupid o'clock. Hey, here we go. Here's the one we all wanted to see as Arsenal fans. Most of us Arsenal fans anyway. Alicia Vuso better come on as well, along with Chloe Kelly. Who's going off though? Come on. Come on, Alicia. Come on. Our soon-to-be new Gooner. You could tell us who's coming off. That would be fantastic. England have a gettable total chase. What's the situation then? Because obviously earlier on this second test has been a disaster for England cricket wise. I mean, I've been keeping an eye on it. It's been an absolute disaster. Our first innings was woeful, and they were walking it in terms of. So what? Are the Aussies all out now? It's day 4 as well, or have they declared? They got so far ahead again, and they declared, thinking, "Come and get us," basically. What is the total? We've got to chase. Keep us updated. If anything happens, like wickets and anything, once England's batting innings are underway, do let us know how that plays out, mate. Yeah, all out, I think. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. Maybe I think because they were fucking majorly ahead in the first place after our first innings and all that. I was thinking maybe they'd gone so far ahead and thinking, well, hey, we're so cocky, come and get us, motherfuckers. Oh dear. I say, put on the screen who's gone off, by the way. So I'm going to have to second guess who's gone off. But Alicia's up. I'm assuming Rachel Daly's gone off because Alicia's right at the top already. So he's not even changing formation or nothing. He's just changing like for like, basically. It looks like anyway. There's Chloe Kelly. Come on, girls. Let's get this. I know it's a friendly night. Let's get this win under the belt. Seb Hutchinson. Jesus Christ. Fucking. Yeah, he does a Sky commentary for the EFL. For God's sake. The EFL. Jesus Christ. England need 371. My niece has just texted me. Oh, okay. 371. Okay, it's gettable, but let's be honest. The way England's batting's gone overall so far in this series, do we really think they're going to get that 371? I know they got over 371 in the first innings of the first test, but since then, our batting's been horrendous. That's a poor shot from Kelly. Thought they said 271. Still attainable. Oh, 271 or 371. Yeah, I'll say 371 because they got us that way ahead of us in the fucking with Devante had. Yeah, so I say it's either way, 271 or 371. Yeah, it's gettable. Don't get me wrong, but our batting I've got a fucking lot to be desired. They need to shape up, basically. Can't afford to go 2 down in this test. If we go 2-0 down in the test series, that's it. The Ashes will be over before you even got started, basically. I'm not a cricket fan per se. When it comes to the Ashes, it's just different because it's like obviously Australian and all that. So always keep an eye out and all that. Might be difficult with it to tell. Yeah, if the Aussies get an early wicket before we say if we don't between 0 and 100 runs, if they get at least a wicket, it'll be squeaky bum time. 2 down will be difficult to retrieve. Yep, exactly. And they're going into that third test next week as well. If they're tuning up, the Aussies will be overconfident and they'll just absolutely obliterate us next week and just ram it home to us, ram it down our throats, basically. We really do need to level this test up, so fingers crossed they do the work between today and tomorrow. Oh, God. So, 3 minutes into the second half, and the player's gone down for Portugal. Doesn't look good. Keka? It's gone down for Portugal. Oh, jeez, her ankle. Self-doing, in the sense of knowing the player touched her, just the way she's gone in for a challenge and then pulled her leg back. Her standing leg's gone back, and she's stood in for a challenge. And her ankle, as she's gone lower, her body's getting lower, her ankle's just given way. And the entire body, took the entire body weight and away in like instant, boom. Like split in literally like a split second because of how low she was, bang. And I think she sprayed her ankle by the looks of it. I'm hoping it's a spray, but it worked. That wasn't pretty to watch. To see that, because in the slow mo, you actually see the ankle give way and just go. Don't follow the county game, but obviously always want England to win. Yeah, exactly. Oh, bloody hell, 1 second. Sorry about that. Just had a quick phone call to take. Oh dear. Apart from that, all good. Oh, yeah. So Portugal forced into an early sub there. Second half. Here we go. Alex Greenwood, Ella Toon, and Rachel Daly went off. Charles Russo and Kelly came on at half time. Yeah, he only waited 6 minutes to tell us, by the way, on the screen. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, ITV. Don't know that's a corner, but okay. Ella Toon was fucking awful in the first half. In general, none of them really stood out really. And early on, apart from the early stages of the first half, Rachel Day was non-existent. Weren't getting no service, and it was non-existent because of that. Georgia Stanway's been quiet in this game, but it is what it is. Going by Bayern Munich against Arsenal over 2 legs, I am not surprised whatsoever. Come on, girls. Come on, let's get it done now, for God's sake. Oh, for God's sake. Who was that? Oh, Hemp, the header. Oh, strength. Free headers. Free header, basically. And just mistimed a jump and then it hit off her. You see it off her forehead. Forehead? Top of her head. It's hit the top of her head base. Yeah. Hit off the top of her head, is it? Because it doesn't time her jump properly. So she jumps up and on the way, she's coming down and it hits off the top of her head and goes over. Oh, come on, girls. I bet we are better than this. We're European champions for a fucking reason. Doesn't sound particularly fawning, to be honest. What they eat, football or cricket, or both? One's gone blank. Yeah, Stan, I did see a message. I will get that over to you later on after this stream. I will do. Yeah, both. Yeah, both. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That I can probably agree with. I'm not even watching one of them and I'm fucking dying of boredom. But yeah, I will do, Stan. I will do. Just been busy for the last 20 days or so. Oh, didn't fall to it properly. How are you doing anyway, Stan, this weekend? Not long now to the Arsenal back underway pre-season. Hopefully get to see straight from the off against Nuremberg the likes of Declan and Kai and Timber in the Arsenal red and white, and also get to see what the plan is, what the actual plan with Kai is, and hopefully end that sort of panic one way or the other. Oh, bloody hell, unlucky. Tried the spectacular there, his son, but your defender's gone through her, basically. WWE Money in the Bank this afternoon. Yeah, that's in the UK today as well, isn't it? I've seen a few tweets, I think it was from Joel and all that, saying that literally, imagine literally living in the UK now to wait up to 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the wrestling. I'm surprised Tom Lott did. Actually, I'm surprised Tom Lott did nothing for that. I thought he'd be all over that. Nice, baby. Do. Stop. Oh dear. Oh, you are doing something for it. Okay, cool. I thought you would have mentioned that. I know he's currently filling in for Gary over on Gary's channel. Amazing how Gary's gone part-time mode and bloody on the weekends now. His weekend show on his channel. I know it's off season, so I'll let him off. If he starts being part-time on his own channel during the season, I'll have a word to him. Right, Gary, it's like, what are you doing? Oh dear. Is it the Full Nelson podcast? I would assume so. I'd assume that we're the case, Stefan, yeah. We are doing a Watchalong this. I will, even though I'm not a wrestling fan per se, I will pop in the chat for that one and keep you guys entertained if you need it. Emerson saying James needs to be taken off. She is awful. Yep. Okay, none of them really stood out. I'd take James off, Georgia off, Alicia Russo in the box, goes down. Referee says no penalty. But already, Alicia has been more of a potent threat as the lone striker than what Rachel Daly was in that entire first half. With all due respect to Rachel Daly, all she was doing in the first half was playing up top, just standing there waiting for the ball to come to her. And if it did go to her, she'll get a little slight head off, and it'll be like, okay. Whereas Odysseus getting stuck in, she's causing havoc between the defenders and all that, asking questions that no one else has done so far. But yeah, Lauren James will be taken off. Jules Stanway's not been she ain't doing nothing yet again. This is the third since we won the Euros. It's the third game I've watched Jules Stanway play. Obviously, the first time for England. It's my third time in a row, but first for England. Well, she hasn't stepped up. She's literally gone missing. The first two, obviously, when she was up during the season in the Champions League against when Arsenal played Bayern Munich away and at home. She went missing in both legs. In that one, this is the first time now I've watched her since. This is the first time from the international point of view I've watched her and she's gone missing again. Oh, there we go. Go on, Alicia. Go on, Alicia. Go on, Alicia. Go on, Alicia. Go on. Oh, off the fucking line. What a clearance from the defender. That's going in. That's what I'm saying. She's causing She's asking questions. She's causing problems for fucking Portugal. Oh, so lucky. And she was onside as well. Oh, takes it round the goalkeeper, gets the shot off, and literally it's just about to cross the line. Minuscules away from crossing the line there. And fucking defender got in the way, threw a body in the way, got it away. We'll be checking shit as usual then. Yep, of course we will. Yeah, of course. We're in our little community. When do we do Watchalong where we talk sense and don't talk shit? Come on, let's try and get Scuff in this corner then. If George can actually give us a decent service from a corner, that'd be fantastic. Oh, off the post! No, Hemp again. Fuck's sake, it was Hemp, wasn't it? The Hemp or Greenwood? I saw blonde hair and I assumed it was Hemp. I was losing bronze. That ain't right bad. They would have been Noggy. See, basically, Lucy Blonde goes up there to hit, makes contact initially, but it comes off defender's head basically onto the post. Come on. That's fucking again lazy from James there again. Just hitting, hoping up. Oh, you have it, I don't want it. Didn't think this would be 0-0 still, 16 minutes in. Christ. Go on, Chloe. Go on, Chloe. Go on, Chloe. Go on, Chloe. Go on. Take her on. Come on. Lucia. Oh, for fuck's sake. How did you miss that, Alicia? Come on. On the plate. The defender that saved Portugal used to play with Chelsea 2017 and now plays for Sporting Lisbon women. Oh, okay. Behave. Well, me. Or some more subs from Portugal. I'm not on the screen, so I can't say who's who. I should be celebrating on this series show. Go over there. Sake. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, if Alicia doesn't. the way it's set, the second half's gone so far, and how more effectively you look going forward. If this is not the starting strike in the World Cup itself, I've got to ask questions of the manager. I'm sorry. I mean, what? How can Sweden then justify that? Oh, but that's squad numbers. I don't give a flying monkeys. You pick the best. You pick the best players possible. That's going to suit the system. That's going to get us to win. Not fucking based on fucking shitty squad numbers. There's a corner. Leave it. Yep, corner. To the point. Oh dear. That ball in. Oh, for fuck's sake. On. Another corner. Starting to turn up the pressure gas now. Good to see. If we can turn that into goals, that'd be fantastic. Oh, more subs. Who's come on now? Champions League winning midfielder Kira Wolves has gone off. Zillum's come on. Man United. Who's this? I can see the name now. Oh, Jules Stanway. Yeah, I agree with Jules Stanway. But yeah, fucking Laura Coombs is on. So Laura Coombs and Katie Zillum has come on. But Lauren James is still on the pitch somehow. Okay, makes sense on that one. Stefan, how long is that? I'm considering watching paint dry, as it seemed to be more interesting in this match. 64, so what? So I think well, it's gone mush. 25 minutes plus injury time. It'd probably be nothing, so 25 minutes. Well, it's now 65 now, so technically 25. Well, the game is on ITV1, by the way, guys. If anyone's able to watch it on TV with me or whatever, it is on ITV1 in the UK. For God's sake. Oh, Chloe, what was that? Being pedantic now. Yep, pretty much. I've got nothing else now, this so far. Oh, fuck off, Lauren. Jesus Christ. You're as bad as your brother. At least you're not injury prone. The first thing she's had to do all day, Mary, is just catch a floating ball into the box. Yay. If that's a shot on target, I mean, if I can ask some questions, I'm sorry. You can't count that as a shot on target from Portugal. When it was a lofted fucking pass in the air. Give us that. Woodward don't fucking win. Oh, fuck off! Fucking first touch of a. I can't say because I get in trouble because it. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Oh, I know my fucking password. Let me fucking my phone. Missing Captain Leah. Yeah. This is everyone just, yeah. I know obviously he is there with Beth and all in the stands and all, but it's not the same, is it? Last season was disappointing with Arsenal doing so well. I had to rely on the newer channels, especially after that Liverpool match. Yep. I think the way things are going, let's say it again. I said it earlier on. United, as it stands, United aren't going to be a threat to us. So I think you're going to be relying and also the way we're going about our business in this window. I think you're going to be heavily relying on the newer channels again next season. Heavily relying. With the occasional Liverpool channel in there as well. Jesus Christ! This is not what I want to be seeing in one game before the World Cup. I said it at the time when Leah went out with the ACL and all. Once it's confirmed, I do worry about this take. I do worry for the girls this World Cup now. So, Beth, with the loss of Beth, we could sort of work around it with the loss of your Hemps, Russo's, Chloe Kelly, Ella Toon, Rachel Daly, etc., etc. We can work around it one way or another. But losing the captain and leader away as well, he can't replace what she offers the team clearly. It is what it is. We've got to work with what we've got. But like I've said it again, I said in this stream at the start. How can you tell Beth Mead, no, not in the squad? What you can't? I'm not taking you to the World Cup at all. Even though you're training properly, you're kicking a ball and all that. But you're quite happy to take Millie Bright to the World Cup, who hasn't kicked a ball or done any training since late February, early March. Just hasn't done that. How about Kieran back to Celtic? Nope. I think there's a raw deal at Arsenal. I think he's got competition. Is what he's got now. I think again, I'm saying we need squad depth, and at the end of the day, top clubs have depth, Champions League or not. But the fact that I keep saying it, we're back in the Champions League. We need our depth more than ever. He will get games because of that reason. He will get minutes, a lot more minutes. As long as he stays injury free, he will get minutes. 1 second. Sorry about that. Bloody got a delivery. Thought it was someone else coming to the door, but no, delivery instead. 2 flights of fucking stairs and they're going ding dong, ding dong. Fuck off. I have no patience. Oh, okay, just take it on and off. This is useless. Often there's absolutely nothing. I'm sorry to be harsh and all that, because often there's absolutely nothing. I'm not bored of this game, by the way. I'm literally flicking through Twitter. Is that pure bull? Oh, for fuck's sake, I swear to God. Back again. Can all systems go here? Just seeing your comments, Stefan. Oh. Cool. 9 answers. Every fucking time every time I'm live, something has to happen. I've had someone on with me, like Liam or Lottie or whoever. Like, I could say, give me a couple of minutes to got answers, no problem. Oh, fuck's sake, this year. But it's the fact I'm on my own, I'm literally leaving the screen dead. Basically, anyone comes in new to the channel thinking, the fuck is this? The host ain't even on the fucking channel. Alicia deserves a goal. I'm not just saying it because of where she's about to arrive at any day now before she leaves for the World Cup. But Yes, he deserves a goal by this. Early second half's gone for us so far. He deserves it. Yeah. Will she get it? It's another question. How is this going 0-0? I'm sorry. How? As the Australian defeat really knocked us that badly. Then add into the equation, obviously we mentioned Leah before. Oh, Lauren, come on, Lauren Hemp. Better than that. Oh, fuck off, James. Seriously. Fucking dummy in the ball. You're surrounded by 3 or 4 fucking defenders. Can you imagine me new to this channel? Oh, don't. Oh, for fuck's sake. What did I say about Nelly? What did I say about Nelly Wickens being 0 and 100? That's it. That's it. We know what's coming on the cricket side of things then. Fucking hell. I can get a run and get them, the fucking everyone goes with a duck. Fuck me. It's going to be a white. The Aussies will be like, well, hey, here we go. We've got the confidence. Fuck you. Boom, boom, boom. We'll be lucky to get within 40 of the mark, basically, away from the way we're preparing in this test. Benito's been booked for Portugal. How is she? Okay, is it just because she's related to Reece, or is the James name itself? Is she still on the pitch? Got nowhere near the lineup in the starting 11 last year. Suddenly, with a few retirees and injuries and all that, suddenly she's a starter and can't be dropped. I know she came. She's the next. I know Robin's next. He's technically ex-Arsenal. In the early part of her career and all that, before she went to United and then obviously now Chelsea. But still, call it as it is. So that's to say the least. You know what I'm saying? It's like the James family name. Like, is that the reason why she's like guaranteed not to be dropped all of a sudden? The family name of oh, go on, Alicia. Oh, for fuck's sake again. Oh, Chloe, what are you doing that for? Fucking hell. In that brief moment, the ball falls to Chloe at the end there. Just needed her to be calm, cool, calm, and collected to bring the ball back on the fucking bring the ball down onto the ground, onto her feet, get it out onto a teammate, bang, 1-0. She is at the most acutest of angles possible, as she's trying to lump it in on the volley, sort of, and then ends up putting to Rose Z. But that's what I was saying, Emerson. Is it the fact that she's a James, as in brother, like she's related to obviously Reece James, the James family, and all that Chelsea and all that? Is it just a thing that she can't be dropped? She can't be subbed off when she's playing poorly? Because of course, stone to stone, she's played poor today. Even with lots of Russo and Chloe Kelly coming on and all that. even then, he's not stepped up enough in the second half. So he's just at the same level as first half, and not worse. And again, ball coming into you, and you're going, "I'm going to dummy it." I'm surrounded by 3 or 4 Portuguese players. My teammates on the other side of me. There's no one else around me, but I'm going to dummy it to thin air. Shut up, fucking hell, the first touch of a donkey. I mean, he's the first players as well, mate. He's the first players, by the way, coming on with the worst touch ever. The way they're doing it is like they've been playing the entire game and things like that. Like, no. Sort yourselves out. Come on. Oh, fuck off. Aim. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well here. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and hope to see a lot more of you. But yeah, it's 0-0. 84th minute. Wasteful FC, and when it comes to crossing, no player can pick up a player in white. It's only don't you start that bollocks. It may be only a friendly, but it's the last game. It's like a warm-up game potentially for the World Cup. We're European champions, for fuck's sake. And we ain't taking our chances when they fall to us. And we need this. I know we've got a group where we should walk, by the way, in the group stage of the World Cup. We should walk it 9 points out of 9. What do you expect? But it's not the point. It's going into that. No excuses. Full of confidence and a bounce back from the last game when we played Australia. Yeah, we've had all possession and all that, but more so in the second half, we've created the chances and look more threatening because of who's playing it in the attacking. Oh, don't! Oh, for fuck's sake! We're not going to score today. We're not going to score. It's literally the last game, as I say before, we have to travel to New Zealand and Australia. Just going with a bit of confidence about ourselves and belief in ourselves, because you never know what's going to happen. Even though we should win on paper, you fucking never know. No, no luck. Especially with all the injuries we've got in our squad. No Kirby. No, lost there in one sense, but no Kirby. Minnie Bright, even though she's going to the World Cup, not playing. Makes sense of that one. In terms of she's injured, makes sense of that. But Beth Mead, yeah. No Beth Mead. No Leah Williamson. All key players from our last summer who were missing. And these are sort of games, friendlies or not, we should be ramming it home that we're going to be okay going into the World Cup. That no problem. We can get the job done still. No. Even the kids look bored. Jesus. Imagine having to travel to Milton Keynes towards a football game, and it ended up like this. I know, but I'm just saying this is what I'm saying. But in terms of the players we have got, they should be using today as an example of, yes, we've got the injury, but we are okay. We can cope. We can still get results. We can still put teams to the sword, etc., etc. They're not doing that for me, and that's where I'm concerned. My major concerns came in when Leah went out with the ACL. As I said earlier, the second it was confirmed she had the ACL, I had major concerns with this squad for the World Cup. And this ain't debunking that whatsoever. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, might as well. What 87 minutes in and nothing's happened so far. We don't want to ball it happens here. 1 second. Waits for FC corner. Emerson saying, do not forget to remind the Arsenal women's fans who we play in UEFA Champions League, sorry, qualifier. Yeah, we're basically, there we are, Leo and Beth. Who's that behind them? Didn't see. We are playing Swedish side Lekonfings. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. But it's a Swedish side in Sweden. We've got to play them. It's a one that game itself is a one-off game itself. We play that. We then play the winner of Paris FC versus someone else, and then we win that. We then play over 2 legs against either United, Real Madrid, PSG, Wolfsburg for a chance to play the group stage itself. I've seen the scheduling as well. I've just touching it now. I've seen the schedule for the Champions League group stages as well. I'm not liking how. I don't get why the Champions League suddenly this year for the women anyway. It's starting so late. I mean, to the point it starts so late. For anyone, just to emphasise how late it starts. The group stage, match day 5 and match day 6, don't take place until January 15th, 16th, respectively, and 21st and 22nd of January, something like that. I must do a watch along with that. What? Just literally have no scoreboard, just that as my name. But yeah, the team of Sweden. The last time thing is, the irony is, the last time they were in the Champions League, we did play them in the quarterfinals of the Champions League to go through to the semi-finals ourselves. That was 2011, I believe I read. I thought that to start that date. So yeah, literally like late. It's like mid to late October the 3rd that it starts off, but doesn't the group stage itself? The group stages itself, as you guys know, we covered it on the channel as well. It's usually done and dusted before Christmas, like the men's and all that. But for some, I don't know why. Maybe Emerson might be able to update me on that why. But for this year, we're starting late, Champions League group stages, and as I say, match day 5 and match day 6 of the group stages don't play out until mid to late January, respectively. And then they've got the draw 2 weeks later, and then the quarterfinals take place in March, like they normally have done. So everything else, like the latter stages, like the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the final itself, respectively, are taking place like they normally would, in the time slots they normally would. It's just group stage-wise, we're starting later and ending later than we normally would. I don't know why that is. I just hope we don't get. I just hope with that we don't get no clashes like the men. From my perspective, any men's and women's game clashing on the same night, basically, because then that's going to be like headache FC. Because it monitors FC all over the fucking place, basically, having covered both games. And separate fucking scoreboards galore. Linko ping's not that difficult, to be honest. It's obviously Swedish, so it's probably pronounced different how we word it and all that. I swear to God, if we lose this, we're into literally what, second minute of injury time of 5 minutes. It's still 0-0. It's like we're settled for the 0-0 now. I know it's a friendly, but like they've accepted they're not going to score now. The changes haven't made sense, by the way. The majority of the changes. The first two, in terms of, the first three. The three at half time made sense, and they looked to have worked. But the subs that took place since it starts after that, the second half for England, have not made any sense whatsoever. In terms of the players coming on. Let's see, because I'm better than that. Oh, bloody hell, ref. Can't believe we're going to draw 0-0 to fucking Portugal. Again, friendly or not, come on. When you consider last year, we were battering Norway 8-0, I think it was, wasn't it? And battering Sweden in the semi-finals. Diana Gomez has been booked for Portugal. 3 minutes, literally 2.5 minutes left, if that. I think half, sorry. Wide open down there. Yeah, you found someone. Can that person find the own? Oh, Chloe Caddy, you're a pain in the ass. You're worse than fucking Lauren. Oh yeah, that's it, Lauren. Yeah, you kick it out. Yeah. Here's a runner and don't pick no injuries, but it's not. But still, there's that. Fair enough. That side of things, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, for confidence, you want to be scoring goals as well to prove a point to the people that you can cope with your key players being injured. That's why they are. Again, what is she doing? 0-0. She's doing tricks and flicks on the box. Seriously. I know it's a friendly, but what are you playing at? Let's see, get up, get there. Oh, fuck off, Lauren. Yeah, that's it. Just give up like you did, yeah. That's it. We're literally in the last 20 seconds of this game, of the allotted injury time. Oh, does she have no self-awareness, this woman? Seriously, no self-awareness of her surroundings, that she runs into fucking any sort of trouble whatsoever. Blocked again. Last action is going to be a corner by the looks of it, if it's allowed to be taken. It'll be a lastminute.com FC fucking winner, or they're going to go full time. Yeah, just shows the corner. Thanks, love. Oh, yeah, we need a goal, and you're going pass. Oh, you know what? You deserve the 0-0 with playing like that. Yeah, fall to the floor like you've just been knocked out of a World Cup. Yeah, that makes sense. That's pathetic. That was pathetic. Literally, you know the corners. Literally, you know the injury time. You know you've got to, not got to score, but obviously, it's the last attack of the game, basically. Who said in that little, whatever quick meeting they had, we're going to do a short corner, pass around the box, and then loft it in and hope for the best? You know, you get everyone in the box, and you pick out a player in fucking England colours in white, and you try and score. Do not do the tippy tappy at 0-0, friendly or not. A lot of questions that need to be answered by Serena today, Serena Weigman, in terms of the starting 11, because it didn't work. Yes, she made certain subs at half time, and 2 of the 3 did work, including in terms of Chloe Kelly, to an extent worked. Alicia looked more of a threat. Alicia looked. I'm not saying this was about the son for Arsenal, but she looked more of a threat as a striker, causing that and asking questions of that defence in their 44 minutes she got than what Rachel Daly did. So when it comes to match day 1 of this World Cup in the next couple of weeks, if Russo is not starting, then I'm asking questions of Serena Weigman. Why? Natural striker played striker an entire career over the player that was your left back a year ago, who isn't doing the same. As I said, wasn't asked. She was there, as in she was in her position, but she wasn't asking the questions like Alicia has been in that second half. Moving about, asking questions after defence, getting shots off, being that nuisance, basically. So I made my mind up there in terms of who should be our striker. Like it or not, it is what it is. She should be our striker. End of this year in terms of starting striker. That upsets Rachel. I don't care. I really don't care. She doesn't deserve to, based on tonight, she doesn't deserve to start just because she was a top goal scorer for Aston Villa. Aston Villa, for fuck's sake, come on. Lauren James cannot be starting. I don't know. Again, I mentioned it earlier, 10 minutes ago. Is it because she is the sister of Reece James? They both play for Chelsea. It doesn't want to upset Emma Hayes that she can't be dropped. She has to start and play every single minute of the game, no matter how bad she is. Because she didn't deserve to play the entire match, based on her performance. She'd have little glimpses here, and literally, I can literally say the moments she had, you can put together and say, for 2 minutes of a 95-minute match, in the end, for 2 minutes of that 95 minutes, she looked half decent. That doesn't bode well. Outside of that, for the rest of the 93, fucking awful. I'm sorry to say, to be blunt on it, but she was awful. She was awful. There's others as well, but she was awful. In her position where she was and what she does for Chelsea week in, week out. She didn't do it tonight or today, and wasting literally no awareness. Like I've been saying at the end there, literally ball coming to us. And it's not like the opposition player is literally like a couple of yards away from her or something. It's like the player is stuck to her effectively, and she's got no self-awareness to go, I shouldn't turn around and run into the player. I should pass it off to my teammate, get myself into a better position and things like that. She weren't doing none of that. It was lazy, frustrating to watch from that point of view. Jules Stanway, yet again, as I said before, since one of the Euros, I've seen her 3 times for an entire match where she hasn't turned up at all, like performance-wise in any aspect whatsoever. First and second leg against Arsenal, non-existent, both legs, right? And then in between that, obviously, international point of view wasn't an issue until today. Today, she's turned up and given us a Bayern Munich performance that she's been doing, like she did against us earlier last season. So questions have got to be asked there. Why? And how did they address that now before World Cup? Because there's no friendly. The next games we play now are World Cup games. And again, we should win the group comfortably, but the players we have in general and all that, compared to who we're going up against. But it's just not the point, though. It's like, why risk it? Just get yourself up and in form and ready to go. It's only a friendly for fuck's sake. I know it's a friendly, but it's not the point. It's only friendly before the World Cup. And again, like I said, with the injury, we've got a Millie Bright. I know Millie Bright's in the squad, but she hasn't kicked a ball on any training since March. Late February, early March, right? Hasn't done any training whatsoever. Hasn't kicked a ball, but somehow she's in the squad. No Beth Mead. No Fran Kirby. Your captain's out as well, in terms of Leah Williamson. She's out for a long time as well. That's just the 4 main injuries. This is a chance, especially with the absentee of Leah as well today for the first time since we last played against Australia when she played. This is the first opportunity they had to prove and show that even without them players, we could do a job today. We could still put Portugal to the sword, get the goals, get the win, and go into that World Cup full on confidence as European champions. Should be. But it was just, again, the wrong start. It turns out to be the wrong starting lineup. Make the tweaks. Looked like it's working. It was gonna work eventually. Alicia had opportunities after opportunities after opportunities, and on another day she scores at least 1, if not 2. it was just bad luck from her part. But she was, in the second half, she was a one player that stood out for me in a positive sense, because she was trying. The second she got onto the very end, she was trying. She got stuck in. She asked questions of the defence. She got shots off. She tested the goalkeeper as well a few times. She got close to scoring. Everyone else just sort of went. It seemed like there was going through the emotions, like of the game itself, especially in the last 5 minutes. There was going through the emotions, accepting it being 0-0, whatever. I get that momentum. Yeah, that's all I want. That's the main frustration with the momentum that we could have taken into the World Cup with this game, but we've not grabbed it, even with the circumstances that I mentioned in terms of the injuries and all that. Still sort of took the opportunity today, but no, it is what it is. We've now got full focus ahead. The girls will now fly out to Australia / New Zealand, wherever their camp's going to be based over in the World Cup, respectively, and we'll be back for that. We will be covering the games here on the channel as well, which will be very interesting. Very early starts, but as I say, Haiti, one of the games is going to be on ITV by the looks of it, which is a 9:40 start or whatever. So that's a nice and early start on that in a couple of weeks' time, and all the other games as well in between. To see how they play out as well. But yeah, as I say, long as I will be trying my hardest to cover every single England game in the World Cup on the channel as well. Obviously we'll keep an eye on the Republic of Ireland as well for their first World Cup with Kate McCabe and all that. And good luck to them. But our main focus is obviously on our girls, the England women's team, the European champions, and maybe the group that we've got could be a blessing in terms of we just use them as a momentum game to get the confidence up going into the knockout rounds, and then take a game at a time off to get through the group stages. But we'll see how it plays out from now on in. It's amazing how some teams have rubbish friendlies before tournaments, then turn it on. Italy are notorious for having a crap group game. Yeah, crap. Germany as well. The Germany national team, I've grown up knowing that in terms of qualifying for these, like the World Cups and the Euros and all that, they're notoriously always poor-ish to their standards in qualifying and friendlies before the tournaments, but then when they got into the actual tournament itself, got underway, they were a different animal. But obviously that's changed in the last 2 World Cups. But still, also do not forget to plug the new women's show that will be on the airways soon. Yes, we have plugged that the other day. Andrew, I believe, is still in the chat as well. But basically, yeah, just to remind people that we are going to be having a new weekly podcast added onto the channel and onto the podcast itself. So you're still going to get the podcasts that we got last year, for the last 5 years, 6 years we've been doing this channel now. You're still going to get the regular podcast from myself and regulars I've had on before, like Andrew, Steve, and all that. Still going to that podcast. That's going to be dedicated still to the men's side of the football club. But Ange, as I've mentioned overnight, she's going to be coming onto the channel as well and bringing her very own podcast to the channel on a weekly basis. And that's going to be mainly focusing on. She'll be the host. It'll be her thing in terms of how she runs it. She's her SAP and all that, and her guests and this, that, and the other. But that's going to be the main focus will be on the women's side of the club, the women's team, the under-6, the academy girls team, and all that. And they will occasionally touch on their thoughts on the men's game as well throughout the season as well. But mainly it'll be fully focused on the women's team. But as I said, Andrew's bringing that to the channel. So do get behind, do so support, and do behave yourself. Because as I mentioned this the other night, I will be keeping an eye on things when I'm not on Andrew's panel. I will be keeping an eye on things, making sure everyone's in the chat towing their lines. And aside from that, yeah. So once that's all in place. But once we get the date, once Andrew sort of figured out when she wants to start that up on the channel and what date and all that, and the schedule itself, in terms of the week-to-week schedule throughout the season and all that, we will give you more information on that basically, and give you all the details you need to know basically, so you don't miss any of that either. Aside from that, I'm going to pop out then. I'll go off, have some dinner, calm down from what I've just witnessed. I'm going to turn the TV off now and I'm going to look at least Luco now. Yay. Some positives, I suppose. But yeah, it is what it is. Next time we will be back, I'm trying to think now. The next time I'll be back on the channel will be basically, by the sounds of it, but I know what we're getting, the rumour that we're getting, it could be an early show Monday or Tuesday transfer-wise in terms of official announcements could be getting made in terms of Declan and Timber very, very soon. So early on next Monday, Tuesday next week, like official announcements coming our way onwards. So keep an eye out for all that. And actually, you know what? Whilst we're here, when's the first pre-season Nuremberg? Because obviously the lads will be back in training over the next couple of days. Back into their track. The ones that didn't go on international duty will be back in training. The ones that have been on international duty get a few days off. What are we on? 13th. So not this weekend, the following weekend. We play on the 13th of July. We've got Nuremberg, 6 p.m. UK time kickoff. Then we go off from there, off to the States, and then we play Manchester United at the MetLife Stadium on the 22nd at 10 p.m. That's a 10 p.m. kickoff. Nice late one for me. Yay. And then an even worse one, the last game of the US tour, MLS. Well, hang on. I just realised this. No, so it's Nuremberg, MLS, then that Man United. So Arsenal. So hang on, because I'm on the Arsenal website now. What's the Arsenal tour from home? So we've got obviously Nuremberg, let's say Man United, Barcelona, and Monaco, right? They're not. The Arsenal website's not showing the MLS game, so somehow I've got a funny the MLS All Star game as well. So yeah, sorry. So we're gonna have the Nuremberg game, MLS All Stars, which will be in now actually, because that's just throwing me now because it's obviously a promotional thing in the fucking way. So yeah, on Thursday the 13th is Nuremberg. Then we go off to the States and straight away. And then on the 20th we play on the week later basically. We play the MLS All Stars. Then it's Man United. Then it's Barcelona. Then it's Monaco, and then the day out Wembley against Man City. And then the new season gets underway the week later. Yay. So yeah, doing all that, plus the England Women's World Cup games as well. As long as they're in the World Cup, we'll be covering all the England games on that side of things as well. Also, just to touch on it as well, because there was rumours that she wasn't going to stay, but she is staying. She has extended her stay at Arsenal. Jen Beattie has signed a new contract with the club, which keeps her at the club for at least another season, possibly two. We haven't got the full confirmation on that, but she is staying with Arsenal for at least another season. From what we know of, it could be two. But it would, because I say wasn't expected that completely out of the blue, this one. So it does sort of take some of the pressure off the transfer team in terms of going out and getting more replacements in, because all the Australia we already know, so we have to go and replace her. Looks what we have done. Jen staying. We do need to go and get another centre back anyway, because obviously with Leah being out till late December, early January time, potentially, we do need another centre back just to keep the numbers going, keep ticking over. But aside from that, what we're on the chat, here we go. One sec. We'll turn up like a bad penny. Good luck, England. We're gonna yeah, but debates. I will make sure it's acceptable as a tool. Go away. Do not bring them into the equation. Emerson, chat when I'm back on Tuesday. When I'm back from my holidays, the Nuremberg match could be or not. Yeah, so the games on Arsenal.com are the Nuremberg game, Man United, Barcelona, and Monaco. The MLS game doesn't seem like it's going to be on the Arsenal website, so we're going to have to find out where that's going to be aired here in the UK to cover that. Probably find it on Facebook, probably. And God bless Jen. Yeah, as I say, signing up and actually staying takes a bit of the pressure off having to buy even more centre backs as it is. I know we've got one in already. Could be interesting to see how she adapts to the life of not just WSL but Arsenal as well. But because of the Leah injury, we do need to go and get another centre back just for the depth to carry us through to at least January time when Leah comes back. Aside from that, as I say, I'm going to tap out now. As I said, I'll be hopefully once we get some more news on Declan and Timber, respectively, in terms of here we go news. I'll be back on the channel. Hopefully, as I say, early next week, Monday, Tuesday, give or take, maybe push Wednesday. You know what Arsenal are like. So keep an eye out for that. Aside from that, I'll see you for the Nuremberg game, basically, and the Women's World Cup opening games, respectively, etc., etc. Aside from that, take care of yourselves. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe, do smash that like button. Like you do with the regulars as well, do smash that like button as well. Do share the content around. If you want to become a member as well, the channel, 99p or £2.99, press the join button on the homepage. It'll take you through to the options you have, as I already mentioned. It'll show you the badges, this, that, and the other, all the perks of being a member, etc., etc. And the more members that we get, the more emojis I can create for you guys to use to interact with in the channel as well as members. And all the proceeds of the membership go towards the channel as well, improving the channel going forward as well. Apart from that, I'll see you soon. As always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you guys.